So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to today's episode of the Diaspora Global Panel. With me, as usual, is Anthony Eze and Jude Unwa Okolo. Yeah, thank you guys for joining today. Yeah, thank you guys for joining today.
Yeah,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay,
Nice to
today.
be here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, what did you say? How was your week, guys?
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Great week.
Today
Yeah.
we are going to we have a couple of stories that we want to share with our viewers. But today we're going to start with some breaking news. Okay, we have the news that is displaying on our screen. Dr. Shinelo Megafu, the victim of the Abuja Kaduna train attack, was buried at a private cemetery in Lagos. Tony, do you have any comments on this? We sympathize with the family, and we pray that God will grant them the fortitude to bear the loss. Tony, over to you.
Yes. We thank God for her life. This is very, very unfortunate. No parent will wish this to happen to any of the kids. It's a sad memory. We only pray may her soul rest in perfect peace, because this is not what any parents would ever dream of. Spending tons and tons of money in the university only to turn around and bury their beloved ones. The Nigerian government should realize that this is not the kind of thing they will be remembered in history. We don't train our children to die before us. It's sad. All we say is that we pray for the repose of the soul, and probably that the government will compensate the parents by changing the status quo that led to her death. Because if we don't do anything, she will not be the last.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Of course, the onus is on the Nigerian government, especially the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, to find solution to the spate of insecurity on Nigerian roads and the train tracks. Jude, what do you have to say?
Yeah. Welcome our audience, our viewers, today's program. And the news, like you just said, is a very hard one to take. But there's nothing we can do at this moment. We just have to see how the parents, the family, just have to console them. And we, like we said earlier, so many things that is lacking in Nigeria need to be done. If you don't do the road, you don't do the other side, people want to go through the train, and now the train is a problem. So every area structure of Nigeria need to be addressed, and we have lost someone there. A great one we have lost.
Yeah, we lost a lot of people, a lot of fantastic people.
Yeah, I just pray that the family will just take it as part of those things, and what they cannot change, they can't change it. So we just have to console them. Just let them take heart and move on.
Yeah, move on. Yes, thank you. Also, the death was announced yesterday of the Alaafin of Oyo Iku Baba Yeye, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, who died yesterday. I mean, the death was announced yesterday, so maybe we don't really know when he died. So it was announced yesterday. So to the people of Oyo, including you, Tony, because I know that you are bread and buttered in Oyo, and for so many years, over 20 years, isn't it? So your Alaafin of Oyo, the Alaafin of Oyo, is dead. What is your take on that?
Yeah, my second home, my second state is Oyo State. It's a state that I lived for so long and become part and parcel of them. Alaafin Oyo is greatly respected. He's second to the Ooni of Ife. And he has been a long time permanent member of the Traditional Rulers Council. And he has been very useful to the state. He is highly commended for all his achievements. We know that in the world, everything that has a beginning must have an end. We admire all the achievements of Alaafin of Oyo, and we only ask that he will rest in peace. And we expect those who are going to take over from him, the next of Alaafin of Oyo, that are going to follow the footprint of this
Great,
deceased
great.
Alaafin of Oyo, because with him, he had ruled for more than 50 years. I think it's about 52 years.
Yeah.
Has been there on the throne for so long. He has maintained peace and tranquility in Oyo town.
Yeah.
And we want the status, the standard laid by this letter, Alaafin of Oyo, to continue to maintain the culture and tradition of Oyo town and that of Oyo state. Is highly admired by the subjects. Nobody who ever lives in Oyo state will not in one way or the other have encountered the Alaafin of Oyo. It's amicable. It's the type you want to emulate. He has shown tremendous examples, and we believe that the good Lord will give him eternal rest.
Yes. An amiable man, a fantastic ruler, and very agile and active. You know, I watched him a couple of weeks ago. He was dancing to Bata,
Wow.
with his young wives.
Okay.
So I know that the people of Oyo will really miss
Yes.
his charisma. They will miss everything about him because
Yes.
he brought, as you said, Tony, peace and tranquility to that town. During his reign, Oyo State experienced, monumental progress, peace, and development. So may his soul rest in peace. Jude, do you have anything to say to that?
Yeah, well, I know from what I read, he was the chairman of, he was permanent chairperson of the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs. That means he has played a very prominent role in Oyo State as a whole to make that state stable. And for him to have stayed so long in that office, I think he has performed very well. And I think the new chiefs we have now, the present chiefs we have in Nigeria, should leave a legacy behind so that people will remember them when they are not here. And you are serving people, and when you are gone, there will be something that people will talk about you. Like we're just saying about this chief who has played so many left something for your people to remember. We just want to see chiefs like that doing more to bring the state and Nigeria as a whole to prominence, and people will be proud of them when they are gone. So an example is him. May his soul rest in peace, and hope we can get a good replacement, someone like him, to take over.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jude. Yes. We pray that God will lead the people of Oyo, to select a good leader, that would bring prosperity to the town. Now we want to proceed to a sad news. The death of the gospel singer Osinachi Nwachukwu. This has been in the news for some time, but we deliberately on Diaspora Global Panel, we deliberately delayed, commentaries on this episode because on this issue, because we wanted to really get the facts, behind the death of Osinachi Nwachukwu, because so many news, so many people are talking on the internet, in the papers, and we don't really know what is authentic. We know that, the allegation of, family abuse from the husband, Peter Nwachukwu, gained a lot of ground, But on the Afro Global Panel, we want to discuss how religion and culture play a role in our demise, in our death, because we know that the signs were there. The signs were there because a lot of people came out to say, "Oh, we knew about the abuse, we knew about, the threats and whatever." Yet nobody came out. The police were not involved. So, Tony, please, can you take it on? Because I want you to dig deep into this issue. What is your take? And please, I want you to really extend this discussion, okay, to, encompass child abuse, family abuse in its entirety. Let us have your holistic view on this issue that happened to Osinachi Nwachukwu. Over to you. And please, I sent you a private chat. You guys can just check it. Okay. And then over to you.
Okay. Kunle, I think we need to make certain things very clear so that we don't muddle up a lot of issues. There are two issues on the ground because of the death of Osinachi, which the autopsy is yet to come up with, and then that of abuse. The issue of the death of Osinachi went viral, and people were mixing up these issues as if the husband has been cleared to have been the culprit in the death of Osinachi. That is yet to be decided. I think the bulk of the discussion would have centered on issue of abuse, which have been reported even by the children, by the Minister for Women Affairs. The issue of family abuse has been with us for a long time. And it should be clear from the onset that people are carried away into believing that abuse is only for women. It happens all over the world, not just in Nigeria. That family abuse is for both, not just the husband and wife, but with the children. Worldwide, that is the case. So we should not narrow down the scenario that family abuse is only on women. It's very, very clear that from the reports, there was family abuse in Osinachi's case. Now, this case is so big that sometimes it's not just something you can discuss or conclude in one episode, because there are so many factors contributing to family abuse. You have the issue of culture, you have the religion, you have the police. The religion we have today, especially the new churches, it's always believed that once you are born again, you're almost equal to God or the angels. And therefore, it becomes very difficult for you to come out that you, the supposed born-again angel, should be able to open up to the fact that there's problem in your home. And it boils down to a point. It's not just the born-again churches, but even the bigger churches. All these churches believe in the sanctity of marriage rather in the sanctity of life. In other words, they respect the existence of marriage better than human lives. And that's why many churches do not approve of divorce. In foreign countries, when living together has become difficult and can lead to death, it's always allowed that you're going to start with separation. When you start with separation, you're going to evaluate the status quo to find that this situation that had gone sour, are they, can we reconcile? Is it amenable? Where it is not amenable or reconcilable, the due process of law will take effect that you go into the vice. It's only the living that can enjoy marriage. Nobody enjoys marriage beyond this earth. So the problem we have with Osinachi is so much that culture contributed. When you go to the area of culture, they believe in so many cultures that women is always at fault. Therefore, there is this stigma. The stigma is such is that if you're a divorced woman or you're a single woman, you are not equal. You are it's like a stigma that any woman will not be proud of. Therefore, they prefer it to stay in a troubling marriage rather than come out and say that it's a divorcee or it's a single woman. So women can stomach all kind of trouble or nonsense to maintain the status quo in order to belong to the accepted standard of the society. Now, the third group that have made abuse in the family prominent is the security system, the police. The police trivialize the issue of family abuse, especially when it comes between a husband and wife. They look at it, it's not a police case. It needs to be the thing you go and reconcile with your husband.
Yeah, yeah.
And as a result, when you go to the police for assistance and you are turned back, what do you expect the woman to do? Now, this could be a kind of recommendation in the long run, is that majority of our problem are because of the kind of law we have, the culture, the religion. Nigeria has adequate laws for assault, for battery, manslaughter, murder. But the only thing missing when it comes to the issue of marriage is mandatory reporting. In the health sector, there are certain diseases infectious diseases that when it occurs, it becomes mandatory that you must report to the health sector. Therefore, since we have adequate laws to step down on this issue of family abuse, and for records, we must understand that family abuse is not just for the woman alone. It goes round husband and children.
Yeah, yeah.
Osinachi would not have died.
Yeah.
Point of correction, we are not saying Osinachi died because of abuse. The autopsy has not said so. But the thing that contributed to the abuse, if we have mandatory reporting.
Yes, mandatory reporting system.
If you have if you have mandatory reporting system to whoever had access to this episode.
Yeah.
Say, for example, the victim number one, because Osinachi died because I'm saying Osinachi covered the abuse because he don't want it to be reported to either the pastor or to the authority.
Yeah, because of the shame.
Yes. If we have a mandatory law that you, the victim, if you don't report and it is covered, you may not go to jail, but you have to pay a heavy fine.
Or even the people that had wind of it.
Exactly.
That if you don't report, you will be culpable. Like we have here.
Yes.
Like we have here. All these people now talking.
Yes.
I must say to them, if you were in the UK, US, Canada, and in the Western world, you will likely face a charge.
That's exactly the people I'm listening at here. You had the victim.
Yes.
You had the landlord. Because probably I don't think we have seen Mr. Nwachukwu and the wife where they are living.
Peter Nwachukwu
and Osinachi Nwachukwu. They must, as stand to be corrected, maybe they had a landlord who is aware that this thing are going on. They have a pastor who knows that this is going on. They have Osinachi Nwachukwu's parents and brothers who are aware that these things are going on, and none of them reported. It is when this woman expired, everything began to buy cheap popularity by coming out to confirm that they are aware. If it's in Western country, you are aware of an abuse and you did not something, either be in jail or you pay heavy fine because you are part of the main cause of the abuse. Therefore, the situation is so much widespread that we have enough laws. And when you find that having enough laws, existing laws, and we are not achieving results, that means something is wrong somewhere. And the only way to solve this problem is to make sure mandatory reporting should be in the place. When some people are punished, it could be a jail term of fine, they will stop in propagating this anomaly, which they have stopped if they have played their role. So, as far as we are concerned, we ask that the soul of Osinachi, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. But we should learn something from this. Nigerian population should learn something from it, and we could even enact a law that will redress the deficiencies of the existing laws, so that because from popular reports, Osinachi's case is 1 in a million. In actual fact, family abuse in Nigeria is highly underreported.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And in a country where family and social services are non-existent, almost non-existent. So what do you expect?
Nothing.
Is honestly, I just have to say, on behalf of Nigerians, we have to posthumously apologize to Osinachi Nwachukwu and Dr. Shinelo Megafu because we failed them. The country failed them. The system failed them. It's just pathetic. Jude, over to you, please.
Yes, thank you, Tony, and thank you, everyone. Yeah, it's a sad death anyway. The cause of her death is not yet known. But like we have just said, it's an abuse, tending toward that side. But the fact is that Nigerians are, what will I say? The stigma in Nigeria is not bringing out people who have such issues to explain themselves. Not only in Nigeria, in some families, when they are so much tied down to religious culture, they don't want to come out to let people know what they're going through, man or woman, whichever way it is. But I would suggest that if you are having a family issue, and because in a relationship sometimes one party suffers a lot, one party can be at the receiving end while the other person is always attacking. If you are in the receiving end and you find out that it's getting too much that you can never to receive, you can't take it anymore. I think I would suggest that person should step aside and see how things should work out. And it's not like what you want to do, but because you find out that if you continue to stay in that relationship, it is going to get worse rather than getting better. I think it is best for the person who is at the receiving end to step aside, give the other party a chance to continue. Probably he want to stay with the children, or the other person want to stay with the children, whatever it is. If both of you are alive, you can equally see the children as well. So it's hard for some people based on their Christian faith. They don't want to break that law in Christianity, and they want to stick to it. Better, good or worse, better for worse, whatever it takes, they want to stay into that family. Just their faith in their marriage and their, what they believe God says is what they are doing. is they have to look beyond that at this time, because if you look at it, if your presence in a home is making that home not workable, and you think you are not welcome in that home, I think, and you know that it might lead to something you don't want to see. If you walk out of that relationship, I don't think it's strong.
Mm.
That's what I would say. It's just personal thoughts, personal idea. You are involved, you are in it. No one will advise you on that. You have to check yourself and say, am I really welcome in this home? If you find out that continuity cannot go on with you, why not just step aside and let the family go on? Live somewhere and the other person live somewhere. You meet in the middle. It's better than one person losing his life. That's what I think about it.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I think no doubt religion and culture played a role in Osinachi's death. And then we want to say this. We on Diaspora Global Panel, we are not just about commentaries or whatnot. We are ready to support, any efforts, that is targeted towards the upbringing, of Osinachi Nwachukwu's kids. We will look for opportunities, to extend our widow's might to support the family. This is on behalf of the Diaspora Global Panel. Yes, let's move on to the next story. It's also a sad one. And for me, we have to condemn it. I have to condemn it that the actions of IPOB in Imo State, killing that INEC staff during the continuous voter registration exercise was an abomination. It was something that should never have happened. It was satanic. And for me, I have to say that if you claim you are agitating for your people and you end up killing them, Tony, I'm short of words. Because I watched the video. It was a gory video. This I saw when the INEC guys was shooting. He shot that INEC staff. It was intentional. And honestly speaking, I'm short of words. Tony, please, just help me out here.
Yes, Kunle, you remember in most of the episodes we have, we all believe that nature does not allow vacuum. It's in science, it's natural. If you allow vacuum, a lot of things go on uninvited. This is a state that's supposed to have a police to do their job, to guard the INEC. And nothing was done. If the police have done their job, this innocent INEC staff wouldn't have been killed. Now, we have a vacuum in the southeast where the powers that be that are supposed to guide the common man and all those government staff are left unattended to. Therefore, do you allow vacuum to exist? Now, because we allow vacuum, everyone decide to claim authority of fighting for the Igbo race or the Imo State people. Where we are now is that with the vacuum in place, anything is just possible. And now it brings up the issue of ignorance. Because part of this agitation is that there shouldn't be an election, there should be restructuring. The ignorance is that who going to be responsible for restructuring? The Constitution only authorizes INEC to organize restructuring. So it appears INEC is the only chicken that are going to lay the golden egg. Now you want to kill the chicken. It's an indication that you don't really know what you are pursuing. Every Southeastern, I believe that because of the long-term neglect that the Easterner had to fight for themselves. But if you want to fight, you don't start by killing your own people. It's just like you want a civil war. Rather than going outside to fight a civil war, you decided to fight a civil war in your village or in your hometown. So what is manifesting here is ignorance. They may be fighting a genuine cause for the liberation of the Southeast or the sovereign state of Biafra, but you cannot fight for the liberation of a country and you are killing the very people that will reside in that country, or kill the system that will deliver your Biafra.
Can you imagine?
So what it boils down to is lack of knowledge. And one thing is very clear. This happened before the election in Anambra State, where there were threats that no election will happen in Anambra State. Did we have election in Anambra State? We did. So the issue is for the organizers of this quest for the liberation of Biafra to reassess their goals. Many people want restructuring, but you need to identify who's going to do the restructuring. You're going to identify the appropriate goals, your objectives, because you want liberation of Biafra and you want to kill all those people who will be in Biafra. Are you going to be in Biafra? Are you going to be in Biafra?
Representing?
Yeah, are you going to be in Biafra alone? Now, you need to go to the powers that be. We have governors. Work with them and see how Biafra can be liberated, if that is the sole goal. But don't kill the people that will become Biafran citizens.
Thank you, Tony. You see, this is my argument. The INEC staff that died, Nigeria did not kill him. Fulani did not come and kill him. Nobody came from their state. Hausas did not come. Yoruba did not come. It is the same people that said they are fighting to liberate him that murdered him. So I believe that if the IPOB guys are listening, they should desist from this kind of act. Because before they know it, they will lose the plot. They will lose the plot. The people will rise up against them if they are not careful. Jude, over to you, please.
Yes. There are some things happening in the Southeast I don't really understand, because people just do whatever they like to do. The fight of Biafra is supposed to be led by the Biafran elites. We have the governors in the Southeast. We have the people in the House of Assembly from there. We have people from the House of Rep from the Southeast. None of them actually is opposing this election. Every one of them is taking part in this election. They are supporting the election. In their own legislation, in their own territory, they are supporting fully. How do you this would think that by killing somebody in only a local government place will stop this election from holding on? It makes no sense. If you really are against this election of 2023, you need to go and meet the governors of the Southeast. You have to, I'm talking to the IPOB. They should go and confront the governors, the government people who are there in their offices, and tell them, let them know that no election will be holding in the Southeast. Not to go and kill innocent citizens who are doing their job.
People that are looking for what to eat, to put daily bread.
They are doing
the guy will probably think, oh, I'm going to be paid maybe 2,000 for this exercise. Let me go and maybe a little change to put food on the table for my family. You came, you murdered him. You said you are fighting for Biafra.
No, they're doing it the wrong way, because all they need to do is to stage a protest in the government houses of Imo State government house, Anambra State government house, in the Southeast as a whole. Make a process, let them know that we don't want election to hold in the Southeast. Do it in a normal way, and then the people will hear. If what I've done, it makes no sense because nobody heard them. It's just a news we're hearing. Nobody care whether they do it or not because they're going to go after them and get them, face the law. They're going to face the law because they're doing nothing that doesn't make sense. And that's why we have been saying that the fight of Biafra should come in a normal way, constitutionally. How you go out of the country, you should follow the normal steps. There are steps for a country, a secession to happen. Let the people of the Southeast follow that step that is internationally recognized, rather than killing innocent souls. It makes no sense to me. I mean, these IPOB people should grow up. They should grow up and follow the right order.
That's the appropriate word.
They are making it more difficult for themselves because the way they're taking it, it never work. It don't work. That's my take in that. Cool.
Thank you. Yeah, we are nearing the end of today's program. But before we go, we'll touch on this last topic briefly. And it's about the United Kingdom sending asylum seekers to Rwanda. Let me tell you, when I read this book and I saw it on TV, I could not help but laugh that this guy, Boris Johnson, is that guy. I don't know how to describe it. What sort of, how did he think about it? That you are traveling to UK, but before you know it, they shoot you on a plane. You are going to Rwanda, and
the same Rwanda that want to travel to Britain.
Yeah. When I read this thing, I'm like, what? How did this guy think about this? And his projection is that he's going to cut down illegal travelers by like 70%.
Yes.
Because the idea is that, okay, what we will do is that when you come, you claim asylum, you say, okay, do not worry, but our asylum camp is in Rwanda.
That's all.
They will take you there. So they fly you there, and they'll be serving you beans and gari. That's a joke. That's a joke.
I know.
Tony, what do you say about it?
In history, we have always known some. Do I call them professional leaders?
Yeah.
Or leaders with high IQ. You don't just go to become a president of a country. You got to be genuine.
Yeah, you got
You have to have it upstairs.
The acumen.
Look at Nigeria. If we have had genuine leaders in Nigeria for a while, we will not be in this place where we are now. But you bring in people who are not professional politicians. They are not professional presidents. Professional presidents make a difference. So this guy is trying to become history for the future leaders. You don't stop migration. Use your common sense. When you use your common sense, somebody who have been dreaming to go and live in Britain,
yes,
and then you become alias Rwandan.
Yeah. So honestly, that person will not even travel.
You not even think about it.
Never travel.
This guy is genius. Look at recently, they accused him of organizing a party during COVID.
COVID, yeah.
Maturely, he survived it. He's still in 10 down street.
Yes, he received a fine. He received a fine. For me, he will be one of the first leaders that will receive a fine and not resign.
Thank you. He has something upstairs, and this is what he's showing not just Britain but the whole world. Let's be clear. If he continues on this trend, the request for asylum in Britain will not just be 70% is projected, but 100% or 90%. Because let's be frank, If not because Nigerian leaders are messing up,
Yeah.
Nigeria is better than Rwanda.
Of course, of course, of course.
This is a country that came out of genocide.
Mm.
Okay, granted that they are leaders, the leader is trying to make it better than the rest of African countries. But what they have, they are boasting about as Rwandan. We've had it a couple of years back.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that bad leadership have denied us of the benefit.
Of course, of course.
But if other countries should go along with Britain, immigration gonna reduce.
Mm-hmm.
All we pray for is that if you don't want to travel to Rwanda via Britain, let the Nigerian government clear, make sure that our own community is worthy of living, devoid of kidnapping and security risk. Otherwise, as a Nigerian, why would I leave Nigeria to become a Rwandan nationality? Because that's what Britain is talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come to our camp is in Rwanda. Rwanda is not part of Britain. So
Yeah.
automatically, if you want to stay, then we work in partnership with Rwanda to make you a Rwandan citizen.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, most Africans will not want to change their citizen from one African country to the other.
Mm-hmm.
They prefer something abroad.
Yes, 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 that's it.
So this is a welcome solution. But the only thing people quarrel with is that if probably as a Nigeria, if I'm still in Nigeria, if I refuse and only come back to face the Fulani cattle railers or terrorists,
Yeah, the insecurity facing.
I'm facing insecurity. I will take the option available. Maybe wait that when the situation in Nigeria changes, I will go back to the country.
Thanks a lot, Tony. That's a wonderful take. Jude.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to discredit the Rwandan government because it's a country as well. It's a legitimate country, and we think they are not capable. Don't be surprised. Rwanda might be developed as well. We have not been there.
No, they are capable. I don't think that they are
good.
a very beautiful country. They have turned their fortunes around. They are very cool. So I believe that is a beautiful system, and it's also a way for them to attract foreign investment. Yes, foreign investment, foreign aid, because I'm sure the negotiation will include Britain, giving them some form of aid.
Yes,
foreign currency. It's not free. It's not free.
It has been signed.
Will create jobs. That will create jobs. That will create development. That will create a lot of things for that country.
Yes.
I believe that Nigeria should have applied for such.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. It's
come to Nigeria to be kidnapped.
And it's like,
but don't you think it's better to live in Rwanda than to live in Nigeria now?
Of course.
I think it's better to live in Rwanda, to live in Nigeria now. So if you are really genuine asylum seeker, where if that option is given to you, I don't see why you should not go for it, because
you're correct.
You are fighting for your life and you want a place of peace to live, a peaceful place to live. So it doesn't mean that when you end up in Rwanda, you're going to be there forever. There's still there. It might be predestined to from there fly to America to any time.
Right.
So yes, they will process the asylum request, and if it works, fine. And if it doesn't work, they will give you the option: go to your country. It's the picture is still sketchy. We don't really know, how they are going to go about it. But then that is the impression the British government has been given since they announced, this, and I think that is actually an ingenuity on the part of Boris Johnson.
You're correct.
The proposal is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We really appreciate. This is a wonderful, wonderful discussion. And as I said, on behalf of Nigerians, we are saying a big sorry, a big apology, posthumous apology to Osinachi Nwachukwu, and Dr. Chinelo Megafu, because we believe on the Diaspora Global Panel that the system, the Nigerian system, failed these people. You know, and when I talk about Nigerian system, it includes me and you. It includes everyone. You know, we will appeal that when you see abuse, please report it. Tony, please, your social media declaration, you know, regarding family abuse, child abuse, abuse in general.
Right. Nigerians, we have enough laws to take care of family abuse. Family abuse usually come with assault and battery. We have enough law to take care of this. But what is only missing, which we encourage either the state legislators or federal senators to make an update in existing law on abuse for mandatory reporting. Those who have a wind of the abuse and refuse to report, they should be forced to be paid some fine. And when death is involved, then they might have to go to jail because they would have nipped the thing in the bud. Now, when we go to those who lost their life due to insecurity, Dr. Chinelo Megafu, including Osinachi, we should be able to immortalize them by creating a law that will prevent future occurrence. On the issue of killing of INEC staff in Imo State, we encourage the people responsible that if you want to get the structuring, if that is your priority,
Yeah.
don't kill the INEC because the INEC is only constitutionally responsible for restructuring. And if you stop INEC from doing their job, it appears you misunderstood the purpose of what you are fighting for.
Yeah.
And if you are fighting for Biafra, please don't kill all the Biafrans before the emergence of Biafra. On the issue of Rwanda being an alternative end game for immigrants, we appreciate that Rwanda, because of the multiple problems we have in Africa, in Nigeria, Rwanda, and so many other trouble zones, we encourage them to cooperate with Britain so that they hold briefly for these immigrants until they decide their final fate. We are happy and we believe that if these corrections are done, the world will be a better place to live in.
Thank you, Tony. But I must say, I don't think the people that want to travel to Britain will be happy with that.
Then let them stay back in their country then.
They won't be happy with that. I have to be honest. Tony, you are on your own.
Thank you. We are not proposing for every person, so I didn't my benefit.
Dude, over to you. But that's a wonderful take, Tony. Thank you.
Yeah, the issue of family affairs, I think, is I think it should be, to me, it's more of personal than government, because government can actually put a law down there and people don't follow the law. I think in a household where you see that both of you are no longer working together, you can see you have put all the effort to survive, to make sure you become part of the family, and yet you are not allowed. I think it's better for you to realize that it's high time for you to step out, and so that the family will continue, irrespective of where you live, outside, separated, divorced, or whatever. Your family is still your family. You can still talk to them. You can still play with them. You can still have meetings with them. I think that will solve all these issues we are facing about the case of Osinachi. So people should actually look at themselves and see, if the love still persists in the family, am I doing extra work to put in the family structure, and the other party is not doing anything, and it's not working? Is it working or it's not working? Are you putting more pressure? This is where people have to come and think, and then quickly, if that's the issue there, quickly work out a relationship, so that the family, all of you can live together and take care of the home. That's what I think. Secondly, for Rwanda issue, I think genuine asylum seekers should embrace that option because you are fighting for your life. You want to survive. First of all, talking about Britain, Britain is not the high, it's not heaven. It's just a country for you to stay and relax while you are facing some issues. And if Rwanda can offer you that, quickly take it and see yourself settled before you think about what to do next. That's the purpose of asylum seeking. It's not asylum is not a place. It's not a place for you to come and better your life. You call yourself an asylum seeker. You have a problem, so why not go to Rwanda, enjoy it there, and from there you see what nature will bring out in the future. That's all I have to say now. And
Yeah, thank you, guys. Yes, that's a wonderful, wonderful discussion. Also, we want to remember those people that died on the Abuja Kaduna train. So it's not only Dr. Chinelo Megafu, we remember the others as well. I think as at the last count, 8 people died, when it happened. And I think one more person has died. So we just want to say big, sorry and apologize on behalf of the Nigerian system that failed all of them. And we still pray for those that are still in captivity, those that were kidnapped. We pray that God will return you to your family, safely. Amen. Yes, we have come to the end of today's program. I want to say a big thank you to Anthony Eze from the United States and Jude Unwa Okolo from Dublin. I think we have done justice. We have done justice to today's program. Thank you. And from me, I would like to say thanks and see you again next week.